The second builder hails from the restless blue edge of Italy, Grottammare, a seaside town where mischief meets ingenuity and spectacle is a virtue, not a sin. Here, the wind carries dreams far beyond its shores. Mischievous even as a child, he never coloured inside the lines. Rules to him were never barriers. They were suggestions, sometimes even invitations to try the unexpected. It's the kind of place that shapes legends. Pope Sister Quinta was born here. So was Pericle Fazzini, whose great work, La Resurrezione, stands in the Aula Paolo VI of Vatican City, proof that even the humblest hills can produce power. Grottammare breeds all kinds, visionaries, rebels, and those who refuse to be defined. The Alchemist, one of those restless minds. Raised in a world that rewarded daring, he came to London with only 5 words of English, "I'm looking for a job," and relentless drive. Despite his degree, he started cleaning bathrooms in Leicester Square, all the time knowing what he was truly worth. Each shift was a lesson, not just in language, but in resilience. He learned fast, from scrubbing floors to waiting tables, then deciphering the chaos of the markets. He moved up step by step until he was running a 10 billion portfolio on a London trading floor. In just a few short years, he went from the city's shadows to its skyline. Only in the UK, he says, could someone arrive with nothing and be trusted with so much. Not because of his accent, but because of his knowledge. Investors listened, some flown in from around the world, not to his English, but to what he understood and what he could prove. Long before fate brought the builders together, the Alchemist had already begun experimenting with his own engines, algorithms scribbled on scraps of paper, coded late at night, trialled and tested without an audience. There was no grand vision yet, just the relentless urge to turn chaos into insight. His academic path reflected that hunger, a BSc in Finance and Economics, sharpened further by an MSc in Quantitative and Financial Modelling. Like the engineer, he was fluent in both the language of code and the pulse of markets. But while their skills overlapped, their instincts diverged. One favoured precision, the other thrived on creative leaps. At AXA Rosenberg, the Alchemist saw something that caught his eye. A thesis, quietly in the hands of the engineer. He asked to read it. When he finished, he simply said, "Let's talk." And so, in true London style, they met in a pub that evening. Over the hum of voices and clink of glasses, the Alchemist shared his unconventional ideas, wild energy, and even a few mischievous tales from Grottammare that couldn't be told in polite company. He brought with him fragments of engines already tested, tools waiting for the right partnership. There, on a worn wooden table, the first rough sketch of something new was born. A meeting of discipline and daring, logic and imagination. What mattered was the possibility of building something together. From that moment, it was the Alchemist's inventive spirit that set things in motion. His energy and imagination driving new ideas forward long before PoMaTo even had a name. His influence would shape everything that followed, every formula that turned complexity into clarity, every engine that rewarded those bold enough to question the obvious. The Alchemist has never believed that real innovation comes from playing it safe. For him, what happened next was proof that courage and creativity, sparked at just the right moment, can build something extraordinary. And so, from that first spark to the platform you see today, his mark remains. Not just in the code, but in the very spirit of PoMaTo itself.